Across many schools, the idea of a school having no requirement for written marking is held up as a dream. The research says that feedback is the most effective tool in the box and the benefits on staff workload are massive. However, from a leadership perspective, it can seem like a massive risk to take with many obstacles in the way of success. In 2019, Spa Academy Askern faced significant turbulence and challenge after its predecessor school was judged as requiring special measures in 2018. Joining the Ledger Education Trust and becoming Spa Academy Askern, an entirely new leadership team were appointed to the school, tasked with developing a truly great school with truly great students. Our new motto of Better Never Stops is incorporated into every decision taken at the school, including our approach to teaching and learning. As a leadership team, we very quickly needed to address the consistency and the quality of teaching and learning. SPA soon developed the evidence-informed SPA 10 and Teacher Toolkit. At this point, we knew that stripping back our teaching and learning principles meant that we could allow our teachers to focus on the strategies and principles that truly mattered, every lesson, every day, with a shared language of pedagogy across school. However, when it came to checking for understanding, one of the SPA 10, we knew that this was perhaps the most pivotal of all. We were faced with a choice. Do we spend months developing consistency and quality in marking and feedback, or do we instead take the plunge, focus solely on feedback with no requirement for written marking? We were a school in special measures under constant scrutiny, and having no evidence of marking in our books seemed, at the time, like too big of a risk. We had the same question that we imagine many leadership teams have when they consider seeing the premise of a policy that removes marking altogether. So, what have we done? As a staff, we picked apart what effective looks like in both of these principles. We have worked closely to develop a shared language and consistent lesson structure that makes these two elements unavoidable. This shared language means that we can pick apart what our strategies for these two things are called and how to refine these and make these elements of a lesson the best they can possibly be. This is reflective as staff annotate how they demonstrate these two crucial elements each week. So, Something that was originally being used as a monitoring tool across school has now become a crucial and pivotal part of our professional development offer at SPA. Teachers spend time each week, often collaboratively, reflecting on the effectiveness of their checks for understanding and how they responded and adapted their teaching. Wanting variety in their portfolios themselves, teachers push themselves to find new ways to check for understanding, and the ways in which they respond to individual and class needs are increasingly varied and dynamic. As a leadership team, we have an enormous bank of evidence that demonstrates, without teachers' onerous written comments on every child's work and endlessly and potential ineffective marking codes, that checking for understanding truly is the beating rhythm of every lesson, every day at SPA. Finally, teachers are able to spend the time they would have spent marking on developing high-quality whole-class feedback activities and plotting how best to give individual face-to-face feedback, which the research shows is the most effective tool in the box. In the same spirit as our school mantra, we know that better never stops, and this is an ever-evolving system. This was a careful balancing act throughout. A huge workload was being taken away from staff in removing the requirement for written marking, but we needed to, and continue to now, coach, mentor and work collaboratively across teams to develop the effectiveness of our checking for understanding and responsive teaching. In introducing our new book review system, clearly sharing the purpose of this with staff was crucial. This will appear at the outset as simply another monitoring tool that leadership teams can use to hold their staff to account. However, this system goes to prove that with transparent monitoring systems based on a high challenge, low threat model, this can become as much a part of a school's CPD model as it can be an evaluation tool.